What's going on, everybody? Muhammad here, SEO Website Master, is going to talk to you guys about how to rank #1 on Google or any other search engine. Don't really matter. All right, I'm gonna give you guys the bottom truth, no BS, no gimmicks, no mumbo jumbo. I'm just gonna give it to you guys straight, okay? Just get your pen and paper and let you know how to do it, okay? All right, I'm assuming you're a new business, or I'm assuming that you are not #1. How what would I do to rank #1? All right, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what to do in this video, okay? So bear with me, guys. It's gonna be a quick video, but it's gonna be jam-packed with good info. All right, so what I'll do is, the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find one or two top competitor. It doesn't matter who it is, how big they are. It could be Walmart, it could be, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you want somebody that is already #1, somebody that you consider your top competitor. And what you want to do is you want to go to either Google Keyword Planner, or you could go to Ubersuggest, neilpatel.com. Really dope website. Love that dude, man. That dude, he's like one of the top SEO guys that I respect. A lot of other people, man, they're just, it's hit or miss. Some things they're okay with, and some things, it's bullshit. But you don't really need like any kind of like crazy strategy or some weird things that all these people are talking about that never gets you any results, or it constantly changes. 1 minute is, oh, you gotta do blogging, next minute you gotta do this. And nah, man, there's like a few things that you need to do to help yourself rank #1. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what you gotta do. The very first thing, like I said, is you gotta grab that competitor, get their URL, and you're gonna head on over to your keyword planner, or you're gonna go to Ubersuggest, and then you're gonna plug that domain into that search engine, and then you're gonna pull their file. And once you pull it, there are gonna be some important information that you want to write down. The very first thing you want to know is, you want to know, okay, what is their domain authority? Their domain authority is going to tell you whether they're even worth your time, okay? Obviously, if they're #1, they have a pretty high domain authority, but depend on your the nature of your business. Some businesses are not very tech savvy, like kind of old school kind of business, like let's say like barbershop or mechanics. Well, some mechanics are pretty savvy, but like the mom and pop, that's been in the neighborhood for like 30 years, they may have like a #1 spot simply because of age, and maybe from organic Google reviews. But so it's not really that far-fetched to beat anybody. And so what you want to do is you want to know what their domain authority is, see how many backlinks that website is generating, right? And then you also want to see what their page ranking is, right? That all falls into the domain authority, right? And then on Ubersuggest, it even tells you like how many likes they get from Facebook and Pinterest, I believe it is, the two. And basically, you want to jot down all that information, and then your goal is to be able to match those numbers. You don't have to beat them to be a #1. You could still, match them, so you could at least be on the first page. It really doesn't matter whether you're the on #1. As long as you're on the first page of Google, you're considered #1, right? That's all we were trying to get to, is page #1. So then, the most important thing is, everything else, the domain authority, all that stuff don't matter. It's all circumstantial. It's all based on your activity, right? You can't control that, but what you can control is the work that you put in, and you can do that by analyzing what type of backlinks that your competitors is generating, right? You can even go to the when you click on the backlink, like let's say you go to Ubersuggest and you see, okay, this website is getting 1,000, has 1,000 backlinks. You can click on that backlink, and it's going to give you a breakdown of exactly where all these backlinks are coming from. So what you need to do is you need to find all the articles or whatever posts or whatever it is that's getting them those backlinks, and you need to recreate that. You can recreate it by enhancing it, by adding to it, or you could just recreate it and then try to put your content into those very same platforms. Or you could just find some a completely neutral party that has the equivalent domain authority, and create your content, so then you could get backlinks from that avenue. Like, just like yesterday, I received an email from like a super like worldwide, you know, business that wanted, you know, partnership for like guest posts, and so we can have, you know, reciprocal backlinks. And I was like, hell yeah, you know. But you know, with when you do work over time, you're gonna start getting emails from all over the world. You know, people asking for, you know, to partner in a guest post. So when you start becoming more active, you're gonna start getting those opportunities. But in the meantime, just you need to be the one reaching out until you get to that point. The third thing that I'm gonna recommend is to be active in social media, just temporarily, because you can get backlinks from social media. So just being active. Try to post like 2 or 3 times per day for like a year. Seriously, for like a year, and I guarantee you're gonna get results in a year. Fourth thing is you wanna get Google My Business. And you want to make sure, I made a video on that. Watch that video. It's gonna I break it down a little bit further, but right now I'm just trying to be quick. Make a really compelling profile. Make sure you have your logo, some pictures. You're in the right category. You have your business address, phone number, all that good stuff, right? Now the fifth thing that I'm gonna recommend is Google Search Console, and that's when you're linking your website to Google directly. You can do the same. Bing also has one. Do that also. It's called just type Bing Search Console, and it will take you there, and it will you know, help you create it. On the sixth thing I'll say is your Google Maps. Make sure you get your Google Maps, like, you know what I'm saying, lined up, because Google Maps is such a big deal. The seventh thing that I'm going to recommend is Google reviews. Make sure you get as many Google reviews as you can. Google reviews alone could get you to number 1. So you could literally ask all your friends and family to write reviews for you. You can, you know, on when you're making social media posts, ask people for it. You got to ask people for it. Otherwise, they're not going to give it to you just voluntarily. Some people will, just because they're very satisfied with your work, but make sure you ask until you reach a certain point. You can beat people alone from just having more reviews. So if you follow these 6 tips, I guarantee you're gonna reach number 1 in a year. I'm never gonna say, oh, within 30 days, bullshit, because it's all bullshit. It's a marathon kind of thing. If you just implement these practices for a year, I guarantee you're gonna be number 1. Till next video.